If we wanted to do what some of those other channels do for subscribers, for hits, for likes, we would have come back to you and said, Akshay Kumar was brilliant, Airlift was brilliant, it made the story of this Indian heroism come across perfectly, it will pull on all your heartstrings, and it is an emotional tour de force that shows you if you're a true Indian or a true human or respect the art of Akshay Kumar's acting. Because that's what you wanted to hear, and that's what a lot of other channels will do and have done, but the reason that we built this and we will continue to create videos and reviews and trailer reactions and scene reactions and more is because we will always be honest, genuine and truthful.
Airlifters, every now and then, me and Ravi get a lot of hits. Not thumbs up, thumbs down in the comment section.
Yeah, we do. And sometimes those thumbs downs are also accompanied by lovely, constructive comments.
Yes, and so what we thought we'll do is we'll hit back and make people understand why we disagreed with Airbus. Not Airbus.
Airlift.
Airlift.
Yeah. Right, okay. So there seems to be some common themes that run through a lot of the comments. Guys, we spent 5 hours on Friday watching this film,
Yep.
getting to the cinema, paying our money, and then reviewing, editing and rendering, which people don't seem to understand takes hours, just that bit alone, then uploading it to the internet so that you guys could share and sort of understand what our opinions are of the film Airlift, which, Salim, I think you'd agree, we were really excited about and wanted to be great.
We were so excited about this film that if you go back and watch our videos, you could see how passionate we were for the release of this movie. So much so that we brought 6 tickets to watch it again and again and again.
We did. And on top of all of that, Akshay Kumar was the star of the show, and last year he was in a film called Baby, which we both absolutely loved. So we had massive high hopes for this film because he was in it, and he was in Baby last year, and the story of Airlift sounded incredibly powerful, wonderfully patriotic, and as if it was going to really pull on all the heartstrings, which, like Bajrangi Bhaijaan did last year, we both really appreciate. Oh no, what have I done?
You've used a Khan name. You're not allowed to use a Khan name, Ravi.
Oh no!
Because one of the people, if not a few people, have said that we're Khan lovers.
Oh no! So we can't talk about Amir Khan and films like Lagan, which are quite patriotic and support the Indian rise up against the oppressor. We can't talk about Salman Khan's emotional films like Bajrangi Bhaijaan.
And we can't talk about films such as My Name is Khan.
Oh no!
Which are all patriotic-ish kind of films.
Yes, and all represent India, overcoming all of the historic cultural prejudices and all of the stereotypes to be a unified part of the world. But we can't talk about those. You know why?
Why?
Because apparently, despite being Indian, I'm not actually Indian.
What the hell are you, Ravi? if you're
I
not
don't know,
Indian?
I've asked everybody, I'm very confused.
Are you Kuwaiti?
I could be Kuwaiti. Do you know what?
Yes.
I could be Kuwaiti. You know why?
Yes.
Because when 170,000 people left India to go and live in Kuwait and then were struck by the tragedies that took place in Airlift, in real life, they suddenly decided they were Indian again when they needed to get back out of Kuwait. Maybe I'm Kuwaiti.
How can you become Kuwaiti and then Indian and then American and then English?
Well, because what happens is you're only Indian until there's a better offer.
Ah, right. And in this case, it was the Indians or the Kuwaitis getting out of Kuwait or Jordan and back to India.
Back to India.
Yes. I wonder what they're doing now with their time.
Well, they've probably just tried to get a passport and get back out of India.
Oh, right, okay.
Guys, I just want to address this head on. There's a lot of commentary saying we don't understand this because we're not Indian. We don't understand this because we're not patriotic. we don't understand the emotions of films, or we don't understand Hindi, right? All of which are untrue, right? Firstly, as for being Indian, I don't know how to change that.
Right.
That's just who I am. I can't, can I? I've tried.
You tried?
I've tried, yeah.
You did try with your passport?
I tried with my passport, but turns out I can't do that.
Right, okay.
Turns out when you go into India and you build a school for your mum's home village and you build a temple for your dad's home village, it still doesn't make you Indian.
Ah, right, okay.
Right?
Okay.
But that's what I did. I tried.
That's a really cool temple.
I tried. Yeah, it's a nice temple. So there's that. But I'm assuming all of our subscribers are conscripted to the Indian Army, on a daily basis do charity work to support the poor, and have built several orphanages.
Yeah, absolutely. These guys must have done that to hit us down in the comments section.
Exactly. And did you know that Airlift isn't actually a commercial product where you have to pay to go and watch it, right? What it is, it took a story, a really powerful story about Indians being saved. 170,000 of them, as we've been reminded again and again and again. Not 4, like in Argo, but 170,000. And guess what?
Yeah.
You don't have to pay for tickets to go and watch that movie because it's such a powerful patriotic story about it. Hang on a second. Did we pay for tickets?
We paid not only for 2 tickets, but we paid for 6 tickets.
6 tickets.
Or 3 tickets. It was 3 tickets.
Was it each?
Yeah.
So we paid for tickets, but I'm assuming all of this money is then going to go back to the 170,000 families that lost their lives. Is that what's happening?
That's not going to happen, unfortunately.
Oh, right.
It's going to go into the studio's pockets.
Oh, wow. But I assume the studio was owned by the 170,000 people.
Unfortunately not, Ravi. Some of that money is also going to go in Akshay Kumar's pocket as well. Which is cool, because he was in the movie and he deserves to be paid.
No way. So he's a millionaire, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And he's made over 200 films, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. And so, but he needs the money.
No, he doesn't need the money.
Right, okay. So the 170,000 people that were displaced, or Air India that helped those people get out of Jordan, they're not getting the money.
They're not getting the money.
But they said that this is all about being Indian and patriotic and understanding emotions.
It's nothing like that, Ravi. The truth of it is that a lot of our subscribers, or maybe not our subscribers, I think our subscribers are pretty cool. A lot of people that have seen our review they think that we do not get it.
Ah, I see. Oh, of course, emotions.
All right, let's talk about emotions.
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 When you go to a film, what happens when you see a really powerful emotional scene, like maybe the end scene of Bajrangi Bhaijaan?
You did that again.
Oh no! It's a Salman Khan film.
When you go to the cinema, you need to be pulled. Every single core of your body needs to feel like you are being thrown left, right, and center. You want to be smiling, laughing. You want the story never to end.
Right. And guess what? That's got something to do with the characters being portrayed really well and well-rounded, acting in such a way that you believe that character's real, and then relationships, whether it's between a person and another person, a person and an inanimate object, or a country and its people, those relationships should be so strong that when they're challenged by conflict, you're so sucked in that you cry with those characters. You feel pride with those characters. Simply waving a flag around at an opportune time just somehow didn't make, even though they had the emotional manipulative music in there.
They did. What I don't seem to understand, Ravi, is that art, when you take movies, you take a painting, it's subjective.
It is subjective.
Yes, so therefore, if it's subjective, we should be able to speak freely about how we feel about, let's say, a film. Yes?
No, oh really? Yes, we've seen some of those.
Yes. So we should be able to feel and express our emotions about how we feel. And if people disagree, that's fine.
It's okay.
But it'd be nice if people say it nicely.
Right, because being a chutia asshole, Khan-loving, Indian-hating, non-Indian, Northern-loving, Southern-hating, Southern-loving, Northern-hating, non-patriot bastard isn't particularly constructive.
No, it's not. Maybe on that note, we should read some of the comments that
Maybe
people
we
have sent
should.
us.
Maybe we should. Let's just pick one out somewhere. So, you guys enjoyed Vedalam, Dilwale, PRDP, Irga, and even Pulley, but not this. Makes no sense. Well, we didn't really enjoy Dilwale. We didn't really enjoy Pulley. But you know what? When a film is trying to be a serious, well-crafted, well-rounded portrayal of an extremely powerful story, but failing, your expectations are a little higher. We enjoyed Vedalam.
Yeah, the reason why we enjoyed Vedalam is because... by the way, we're speaking like this, so some of you guys who have been cussing us could get it. So you understand exactly what we're trying to highlight.
Right.
Right. So the thing about Vedalam felt, and it kind of was like a comic book film. So within the realms of comic book films, you could break the boundaries and you could play around with that universe however you want. And obviously in this case it was the Vedalam universe. If he all of a sudden flew from one building to the next, we would be cool with that because it's that world.
It is that world. And it turns out that only Indians can feel the movie and don't go into the faults of the movie, according to Manoj Nayal. So, thinking about that, I think about films like Zero Dark 30 or United 93 or The Impossible. If that's true, then surely only Americans or Indonesians or Thai or South Asians that were affected by the tsunami can really feel and understand those movies, and nobody else has a right to watch them and comment on them.
Manoj isn't a very intelligent person, right?
No, I
Have we got more of these people that aren't very intelligent?
We have 380 different comments here. I'd just like to address something that keeps coming up again and again and again. It seems there's a common insecurity amongst the audience, where if we compare a film to another film, despite the fact that other well-known critics have done the same, it turns out that you're not allowed to do that because that's against the rules and because you aren't allowed to draw any comparisons between one film and another, despite the similarities.
That's just Chutiapan, Ravi.
Oh no, it is.
It's seriously Chutiapan.
It really is. I'm going to leave out the comments that have a lot of profanity and swearing and offensive language. But what people seem to be missing throughout this whole thing is, despite the fact this has gone on for a while, I just want to address this thing. This film is a story about something that was extremely powerful. Yes. That doesn't mean it's a great film. It just means it's a good story.
Yeah.
Similarly, there are plenty of stories about 9/11, World War II, World War I, and other tragedies throughout history, and other great inspirational rescues throughout history. Doesn't mean that all of those films are good. It just means they are very impressive and powerful human stories.
Yes, I completely agree with everything you said. Now the thing is, the interesting thing is when we take a look back at our experience at the cinema, we question some simple factors around Airbus. Bus lift, right? Which is, if the story, the script, was given to another team, all right, because it was actually written by 3-4 people, if I'm not mistaken, right? If you gave it to one person to write, okay, and you could see if 4 people are writing the script, and it actually felt like that sort of tempo of more people writing into the script in order to try to get their point across and try to get kudos for the movie. If you gave it to 1 or 2 script writers, and you gave it to a director, let's say Kabir Khan, I guarantee you that film would have been friggin' awesome. We would have walked out of the cinema and just say, hey, we've got to go back 3 more times to check that out.
Is he one of the cons we're not allowed to talk about?
I didn't realise. No, but we're allowed to talk about him because he's a director.
Oh, right. Okay.
It's allowed. That's allowed.
So on that note, I've got 2 more things I want to address. The first one, guys, we don't care. We actually don't care about any of this Khan's lovers, Akshay supporters, North, South, East, West, British Empire, Portugal. None of that means anything to us. Not because we're not Indian or Pakistani or whatever, but actually because it doesn't matter when you're looking at films. You're looking at, as Salim said, a piece of art. You're subjectively evaluating that piece of art, and in our case, we like to share that with you, not to tell you to not watch it, not to tell you to go and watch it, but just to share our thoughts. And it turns out that that's okay.
Yes, that is fine. In actual fact, we like it when you guys go watch a film and put something down constructive
Yes.
in the comment section. There's a couple of people saying that there's a couple of channels out there, we're not going to name any, but a lot of channels out there turn around and say this movie is friggin' awesome. Why? To get kudos points. We're not like that because we don't give a damn. We see the film. If we reckon it's cool, we'll say it's cool. We will be real with you. We won't go behind the bush and try to figure out how we could get some brownie points. No.
We built this channel and we do all of our videos, and when we react, we're being honest and genuine. Sometimes we're in the mood for something that's a hell of a lot of fun and maybe a bit silly, and we enjoy that, like a Vedalam. Sometimes we're in the mood for something serious and impactful and emotional and personal, like Bajrangi Bhaijaan, and we watch that and enjoy it. Sometimes we're in the mood for something a bit political and a bit interesting, like Baby, so we watch that and enjoy that. And sometimes we're in the mood for masterpieces, so we watch things like Bajrang Mastani. We went into Airlift wanting to see something brilliant, wanting to see this amazing story fulfilled on screen. And it turns out that it wasn't fulfilled in a way that we liked. So we shared that with you. We spent an entire day building something so that you guys could just understand what our opinions were. If we wanted to do what some of those other channels do for subscribers, for hits, for likes, we would have come back to you and said, Akshay Kumar was brilliant, Airlift was brilliant, it made the story of this Indian heroism come across perfectly, it will pull on all your heartstrings, and it is an emotional tour de force that shows you if you're a true Indian or a true human or respect the art of Akshay Kumar's acting. Because that's what you wanted to hear, and that's what a lot of other channels will do and have done, but the reason that we built this and we will continue to create videos and reviews and trailer reactions and scene reactions and more is because we will always be honest, genuine and truthful.
Okay, well guys, don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up, and we'll also take their thumbs down as
We
well.
will take your thumbs down.
Alright, guys, yeah, just want to leave you with some final thoughts. What Ravi said is super real. That's what we want to do. We want to come across at you and just present the real facts, how we see them. We don't care about subscribers, hits and all that. We just want to let you know how we feel. So, yeah.
And that's it, guys. Now, for the record, IMDb scores are not facts. They are people that go on there and put a score up. 50 Shades of Grey, once upon a time, had a 9.0. A 9.0. Guys, we do this because we love it. We've grown to love you guys. We appreciate what you do. We love your comments and your feedback. But let's keep it constructive and let's enjoy the process and the journey that we're on together. That's it from us, guys.